Hello guys, Termex here, and welcome back to another New World video. Really quickly, I wanted to talk about the artifact bow that has been confirmed to be coming in the next season of New World. This is going to be the Boltcaster. I'll pop it on screen right now. Now, we don't have any word of what the other perks are going to be. I might go over it again when it comes to PTR, but in a nutshell, it converts 99% of the damage into lightning damage, and your overall lightning damage with both weapons is increased by 20%. Now, this is going to change a lot of things with bow, and I'm kind of annoyed by this because the change is so drastic that a lot of the gear that we've been farming this season, if you want to transition over into this bow, you're going to need a whole new gear set. Maybe not jewelry, maybe only your ring needs to change a little bit, but overall you're going to have to change a lot of your armor to play around this bow, and I want to tell you why. A lot of people are thinking, well, this isn't nothing, this is just lightning damage. Well, lightning damage is statistically one of the lowest resisted elements in New World when it comes to PvP, because who the hell runs lightning damage? There's nothing that really dealt lightning damage until these artifacts came in, and no one really ran the lightning damage conversion gems. So it's a little weird to see something like this in the game, but it also is really, really good for bow players because they will have a raw elemental way of dealing damage. So all those people with thrust resistance, they're going to feel every little piece of damage that you deal with this bow. Because the unfortunate thing is, all these people that resist bow builds, they're not going to be able to do it anymore because you're going to have a elemental bow that is raw lightning, and then you're going to have the raw thrust users, and then you're going to have the 40 conversion gem elemental users. So you cannot really spec unless you had like 20% thrust and 20% lightning. I don't think many people are going to do that, if I'm being honest with you. So how can you guys utilize this bow in the next patch? I would highly recommend start farming now, start grinding now before things get too expensive, before more and more people learn about this. I guess more people are going to learn about this from this video. But the things you're looking for on your armor, if you're going for this bow specifically, is simply lightning harnessing. Get a stack of lightning harnessing on every piece of armor, maybe not your artifact armor because changing that's really expensive. So get maybe 3 minimal stacks of lightning harnessing because I'll still give you the whopping 6% bonus damage. And you're also going to want some rune glass casings, and by that I mean the gems that go into the armor, so when you get that armor you could put it in there. What I did is I just simply crafted my own with one of my good friends. So if you go over into, I know I'm broke right now, it's sad boy vibes, but going over into Brimstone, you can see I have my pre-mades, I have my electrified emeralds, and actually, emeralds and all the different gems are getting a change in the newest season. It's going to go in the PTR as well. I'll be covering that in another video. Probably will be the video right after this one. But as you can see here, I will have 5 stacks of this where I get 4% thrust ward and the 2% lightning damage. And I'm just waiting to get my armor. I can pop that on, and then we're really, really good to go. But you have to remember, it is not a race. It is a marathon, all right? You have a lot of time. You have minimum 33 days to get the gear you need. And if you really wanted to, you could wait until the next season, get the free materia from the pass, and probably even craft it that way, because just like this season, I guarantee you there's going to be certain armor pieces or even jewelry pieces that are just simply craftable with the free mutator materia you get from the free pass. But now is still a good time to prepare, and I will say, depending on the perks on this bow, I doubt they're going to let you roll attunement because it's already electrified. So in terms of perks on this bow, I don't think it's going to have a weapon specific perk, but if it does not, I feel like you may benefit very, very much from running something like Empowering Boom Arrow on it, because if my guess here is probably going to roll with Enchanted Keenly Jagged. I would hope that's what it rolls with, but maybe not. Maybe it has something stupid like Mortal Empowerment. But depending on what it has, it's going to really impact the third perk, and I might do a separate video on all of that because that's going to be a whole nother dedicated thing. Start saving up your dark matter now. Put 3 chromatic seals. Oh no, you only need 1 chromatic seal to the side, and try to get a weapon matrix before these prices start jacking up. When that new season drops, all these prices are getting jacked up. Farm them now. No matter how long it takes you, get them ready, get them going, so when this bow drops, you have a good step in the right direction. And just so you know, you need the 500 dark matter, the weapon matrix, some gypsum orbs, and 1 chromatic seal if I'm not mistaken. If it's more than 1 chromatic seal, punch me in the face. Another thing is jewelry. I don't think you need any major changes to your jewelry. If you're already running bow decks, you're probably all set to go, but I would only consider changing your ring. I would just say trade out whatever your damage on your ring is now for lightning damage, damage because the lightning damage will not count towards empower cap, which is really, really nice. But you also do have to remember that this bow is going to be raw lightning, so using thrust damage is not going to do anything anymore. And I highly, highly doubt they're going to let you do a elemental conversion to where you do like lightning in nature, because if they do, that might break the game. So I would stick with lightning damage. Make sure you get hardy and lightning damage. Those are necessities for this build popping out. And the third perk is really subjective. You can get poisoning if you want poison shots, bloodletting if you use rain of arrows, and if it has keenly jagged or you want to put keenly jagged on it, is definitely a viable option. And for attributes with this bow, if I'm being completely honest, if it's still scaling with dex, it looks like it's still going to scale with dex, so it's not like there's no reason to be running dex with it. I would still say that the split I have right here might be the go-to move, and if not, I would be very, very surprised, because you have the 350 dex getting the best point per percentage damage scaling. That's hard to say 3 times fast, but you also get the 150 int benefits, which are going to benefit this bow even more than current elemental bow builds do, because 100% of these benefits is going into 100% of this bow's damage. So when you get the bonus damage over time, it's going to help with the bow. It already has, but the light and heavy elemental attacks, that full 10% is going into the overall damage now, not just the elemental portion. And same goes for the 150 intelligence. This 15% elemental is not going just into your rune glass, it's going into the entire bow's damage, and that's absolutely insane, absolutely crazy. And I think this bow has a ton of potential. I don't know if it has an overall high damage ceiling, but in terms of overall damage and guaranteed damage, I think it might outperform the Void Gauntlet right now, because the Void Gauntlet artifact is really good. Don't get me wrong, that 30% rend is nice, but I think with the Boltcaster, it's going to be a different playstyle than Void Gauntlet, because you cannot get the rend, of course. You're relying on raw damage, and you basically give up that rend that VG now gives you. In terms of second weapon with this bow, I would only really say Rapier and maybe Spear. I know Spear is a little subjective because a lot of people are very used to Scorpion Sting and don't want to go back. Definitely start farming anything elemental based. Make sure you start rocking intelligence, and if you want to get this 350 150 150 split, you just got to run the Attune leather pants. They're going to allow you to actually do that split alongside a 48 buff food. That's really all my advice, guys. Overall, I know that this bow is going to change the entire bow meta. It might get nerfed, but I don't know. I don't want to start getting ahead of myself. Abyss is doing insane things with that elemental damage, and there's no talks about touching that, so I don't see why bow would be a problem at that point. But you guys let me know, what do you guys think about the artifact bow? Was it what you were actually expecting? Are you not even going to touch this, or are you already preparing and you just clicked on this video for the hell of it? But that's it, guys. I hope I gave some good information and let you guys know my honest thoughts on this bow and how you guys should prepare if you want to use this bow in the next season. I'll try to put out some more videos and more in-depth guides on it when the PTR drops, but if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you hit the like button down below, as it does spread out my content to more people in the New World community. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on another video from me, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you all later.